Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about how to basically somebody that complains and doesn't do anything about it or expects results from not helping or doing things about it to help make a difference or make a change. So basically, making a difference. Um, so people expecting a difference but not doing anything to contribute to it is one of the biggest deals that I can face. One of the reasons why I'm wearing this shirt is because I'm specifically representing Pendleton County, Kentucky, where I live, and I hear a lot about that too. And we're doing a lot now, more than we have ever been before. I'm only 20 years old, so there's a lot more to become. There's a lot more than there was then, and give or take. So, uh, I want to persuade you all to, become more involved locally where you are. I may know more specifics about my county than versus with you all or where you all live. Everybody has their own thing and knows about their own place. So, based on the statistics provided by the U.S. Census Bureau on Pendleton County, majority of us uh, are white and are female and all this other stuff. So, that's just a little bit of facts about that, and most have high school diploma. Um, Most of us over 16 years of age have worked as works, most being female. So, I can understand where a lot of us becoming, because I had a job my senior year and it was hard to become so involved with the community, but at the same time, I was involved in my high school. I kept busy, I wanted to make a difference in myself and leadership skills. So when I got out of high school, a lot of that came from my ROTC, NJROTC, Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. So, uh, but there's the social problem of expecting a difference and to persuade you all to get involved locally. It's a good solution for several of which reasons that I came up with. The fact that if successful, it will promote, the peace and tranquility, which is something God values according to Scripture. Peace and tranquility is like what everybody wants. Know that the world is not going to be all peaceful, but to do things to make yourself feel like that, it promotes that not only for yourself, but you're doing good for others, which comes back to, it all works like, I like to describe it as the yin yang. There's the good with the bad and the bad with the good. So basically, don't be a hypocrite. I know I find myself a lot of times being hypocritical about things, and a lot of people asking me about things around that's going on because I run a group and to inform people of Pendleton. So, have you ever sat there and realized you did something you said and you didn't believe in, or said something that you told others you wouldn't say? I find myself doing it too all the time, and nobody's perfect. We are human, but recognizing that and wanting to try and do better is what makes the difference. All the time, you're not alone. This is being hypocritical, but you're realizing what you're doing. Being the way that shows people that you would being that way shows people what you would expect from them, but you're not doing the same. So the old saying goes, practice what you preach, right? So I run a group called Pendleton County, Kentucky Community Watchers, and things I post or say people may look to. A lot of the things, it could be discussion trends on, if you see something wrong, you should say something. But at the same time, when people say something nowadays, it's like you either say something and get criticized for saying it, and then if you don't say something, you're being a bystander. So either way, it's like you're pretty much danged if you do or danged if you don't. So, let's see. We several of the ways we could improve this. We can volunteer in vids, participate in public forums, and voicing our opinions, just in general. That is our God-given rights. We are protected by not only a documented piece of paper called the Constitution, but it is just what God gave us when we were born with. From the moment of conception to the moment of death, even as you're dead, you have the respect and the right to be the way or what you voice is just what you are allowed to do. So we the people can and will improve the community important way in most crucial cases by volunteering in events. That's a huge thing. That's what volunteering helps people get around, seeing that you're doing things to make happen despite what's going on in your household or whatever else you're doing, and trying to keep up with things for yourself and for others just by bettering. So that shows it. So when people see you do stuff like that, it makes them feel hopeful for themselves, like, well, maybe if they can do it, I can do it too. We can look at one way we can do this by is looking at social media sites on what's coming up next in the month that will be happening. If there's like an emergency drill like I think it was the past few weeks or so here in Pendleton, there was one at the River Valley Nursing Home in Butler, and they needed volunteers. So people came to me and asked, people would come to me and ask me how to get involved in this, or they would comment on the post and stuff. That's what that group's there for. So you all can communicate and you can get involved in it and find out what is required, what's doing this and all this other stuff. And, there may be stuff in reward for you, because I believe they had a cookout or some kind of chili supper or something after like that for the volunteers, or pizza or something. It's always something for the volunteers. So, there's rewards that come with it too. So, and that all shows your appreciation, and there's people that volunteered, to clean up afterwards and all this other stuff. So volunteering also looks good on resumes, and especially curriculum vitas for those in college like me. I plan on pursuing a master's, especially master's and PhD for sure. But it also looks good on people who's running for elections. So people, a lot of with elections and everything, they go around, they try to get involved in as many counties and stuff they represent, and, seeing your faces and seeing how you're involved and having the opportunity, you being there gives other people the opportunity to talk to you. And when they see that, that makes a difference, doesn't it? So let's see. But there's many of other ways of getting involved to make a difference to ourselves and around us. There's always talk to somebody. Don't be afraid to. Even if I'm out of your county or your state or anything else like that, it's just a matter of putting forth the effort to talking to somebody, or getting in your newspaper or local community watchers group or pages and stuff like that. It's just a matter of putting forth the effort to do it. We citizens of Pendleton County, Kentucky, and anybody else in any other state and county can and will participate in public forums to be aware of what's going on and how to help where we can. So that kind of backtracks to where we go with volunteering, how to get involved in stuff. But this is more specific of like your city council and physical court meetings. When you see there's a problem going on, or you don't believe in whatever bill's going on, or what you think we need to do in your specific city or county or surrounding state, go to your city council meetings. Or if they have it live, comment while it is live, or when you see the video or something posted in there, comment. Get things done. Ask people about it. Ask the council members and stuff, because that's what they are there for. Physical court meetings, with your roadways and stuff like that, I know we're having road work up on 27 where we live and stuff, and a lot of people don't agree with it because they think it should be in the summer. Well, it's either we do it on break, or it's really, really hot and humid and it takes longer in the summer. So either way, you're going to get criticized either way. So whatever you think your opinion is on, go and attend those meetings when you can. Do what you can and voice your opinion on posts or public forum posts like that. So then you also have your tourism meetings. This specifically right here, this logo, I believe, is our tourism council symbol. Go to those. A lot of that has to involve with revenue coming in, or it's bringing in, different people to get involved with the county with. And a lot of that will attract other people. And not only will you get volunteers from inside the county, you'll get volunteers from outside the county that it likes it here and keeps coming back. So that generates revenue, and that generates volunteers. So that makes a heck of a lot of a difference. And then you have public election forums. Yesterday, I believe it was around 6:30, there was a general election forum up at the high school, our local high school. And, that I don't believe it lasted about an hour or so. And that's where you can go to, to ask questions specifically. And I know our Falmouth Outlook has videos and whatnot on it. So, a lot of that stuff, it's just a matter of putting forth effort and looking into that stuff, asking people when it's going to be done and stuff. I'm here to help. So, now that we know more specifics, besides volunteering at events and meetings, we should investigate ways and ideas of how to voice our opinions. So, fellow citizens of PC and anywhere else will most definitely voice their opinions, whether it's something to do with elections or we should focus more on in the county, state, country. You're going to voice your opinion. Specific places or ways that a lot of people should do it in a more professional way would be your city council and physical court meetings. City council, what's going on, what should be done in the city or county or whatever. Physical court, dealing with your roadways, your property and all this other stuff. And then you have your school board for those that are parents or teachers and all this other stuff. And there's parent-teacher conference meetings that go with that. Those are other ways too. So there is ways to do this stuff. And then there's also social media. That is one of the big ones that people do, but at the same time, it's not the most professional way. If you can do it through a page, like there's a Pendleton County or there's a Falmouth, Kentucky page specifically, for the city or the county, and people do lives there, interviews like on the Falmouth Outlook specifically for us, that would be a more professional way, not just making a post that has slang and that generates a bunch of arguments and stuff like that. People aren't going to look at that, and people are not going to want to read all that. So, but with all these ways and ideas you can do or say to make a difference and do something about it or someone, do you really have an excuse to not exercise your right? I mean, that is your right. You don't have to exercise it, but if you're going to go and you're going to say something about an example of an issue that's been going on has been the cemetery out here and the way the cemetery people have been taking care of it. They've been pulling up people's things and whatnot. And if you haven't voiced your opinion, you haven't put in a referral, to the sheriff's offices and finding ways to do that and contacting the local 12 news or anything like that, do you really deserve the right to complain about it if you haven't tried ways or done anything about it? I mean, just think about it. So, volunteering, voicing your opinions, and participating in people, places, and things going around us locally is the key to making a difference. So, who, in a way, it's like that, like I said, it promotes peace and tranquility, but who wouldn't want more peace around them? Who wouldn't want more happiness and people getting along more, respecting each other as everyone's lives live together? And then you meet new people. So don't just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. As, a friend told me once, you make a mistake, learn from it, go on, keep a hold of what you truly believe in and try to do better for yourself and others you care about and love. That is how you make a general difference in what you can do in other people's lives and your community around you. So a lot of that comes together, and it's just about effort, peace, tranquility, and getting to do stuff and knowing what you're doing. And that is it for today, guys.